the network for games.
One for the money, two for the show. Win 2 games out of 3, and you're rolling in dough on Card Sharks. And here's the host of Card Sharks, Jim Perry.
Thank you, Jack. And welcome to Card Sharks. Thanks to have you here. Thank you. And our thanks, too, to Jane Smothers of Louisville, Kentucky, who sent in an opening poem. Thank you, Jane. And now let's open the board and get to the cards. Go ahead. Janice and Bettina, load in the cards, if you will, as we start the game with these Card Sharks. Paul Glasgow, our champion. Paul, nice to see you again.
Very happy to be here.
Looking dapper as always. You are a detective. Are you a plainclothes detective? You get to wear all these nice clothes that you wear here with us?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. And once again, why don't you tell us about yourself?
Well, my name is Paul Glasgow. I'm from Altadena, California, and I'm a detective with the Los Angeles Police Department, and I've been there for 11 years.
And you have won $7,500 in cash here in Card Sharks. Good player. Peggy Tazzioli, our challenger.
Hi, how are you? Fine.
Again, would you tell us about yourself?
Sure. My name's Peggy Tazzioli. I live in a small town called Buttonwillow, California.
Buttonwillow.
Buttonwillow.
Isn't that
it's
a
named
nice name?
after a tree.
Is there more than one in the town? Is it?
They took a start from one to plant by the post office, but that's the only 2 in existence. Our original one is about a half-mile out of town.
Oh, good. I'm sorry to interrupt you there, Peggy.
That's all right.
Do you have a family?
Yes, I do. I have one little girl, 7.
And you won the first game in our best
Yes,
2
I
out of
did.
3 match, so the challenger's got a leg up, and you've cut the cards in front of the audience,
Yes, I
and
have.
we are ready to go. Starting game 2, and as we left off, the question goes to you, Peggy. Peggy, we asked 100 single women, have you ever had to slap a guy twice for getting fresh because he didn't get the message the first time? How many women said they have?
I don't think the number's going to be all that high because I think if they had to slap them once, they might want to go home. So I'm going to say 35.
35 have had to slap him twice. What do you think, Paul?
Well, I think that most women wouldn't waste their time slapping at all, not even 2 times, not to mention any. I'd say it's even lower than that.
Even lower. Well, if it is lower, Paul plays his cards first. If not, it'll be Peggy. The actual number of single women who've slapped a guy twice because he didn't get the message the first time is 36. Lower, Peggy.
All right.
And the challenger starts off with an 8.
Please, Jim, change that card.
Whenever you win the question, you have the right to change it. A 10, a little better.
Okay, better card. I'll go lower.
Lower than a 10? Yes, with a 9.
I'm going to freeze it right there, please.
And we move over to freeze bar, and that protects those cards. And, Paul, the question goes to you. Paul, we surveyed 100 prison inmates. These are all men who are currently serving time in a California state prison. And we asked them, after you're released, do you think you'll ever end up back in jail again? How many inmates predicted they would end up back in jail?
Well, I would say that most of them know that the life they've been carrying before they came into prison, and most of them know they probably will end up back there, so I'll say the number is high. It should be at least 70.
70 out of 100 inmates predicted they would be back in jail. Peggy, what do you think?
I have to play this question against a policeman, right? Okay, I'm going to say, thinking that although they say that, it doesn't always make it true. They have good intentions. I'm going to say lower anyway.
Lower. The actual number of inmates who think they'll end up in jail again is 26. Lower. Peggy.
Okay, Jim, please, could I change the 9?
Now you can get rid of the 9, winning that question.
Oh, all right. I love it. Lower, please.
Lower than an ace. A 2.
Oh, higher.
Higher than a 2. A 9. Not higher. Oh. And a big break for Paul, starting with a queen.
I'll keep it. Go lower.
Lower than a queen. A jack.
Lower again.
Lower than a jack. Another jack. Again, a double. It is not lower. Janice will fill in the spaces. And question 3 goes to you, Peggy. Peggy, we asked 100 married men. Do you have to fight your wife for the bed covers at night? How many men said they do?
If other wives are anything like me, my husband complains continually. He says I got cold. So I have to say it's going to be 76.
76 out of 100 married men said they have to fight their wife for the bed covers.
Well, I don't think so. Today we've got electric blankets and all that, and it's not as cold out here. I'd say it's lower.
Lower.
Yeah.
The actual number of married men who fight their wife for the covers at night is 47. It's lower, Paul. Almost half, though. You've got a queen, Paul.
All right, I'm going to keep it go lower.
Lower than the queen. It is a 6.
I'm going to have to go higher.
Higher than the 6? Yes, a 10.
I'm going to gamble lower.
Oh, he's taking a big risk. Lower than a 10? Yes, with a 6.
I've got to go all the way. Higher.
This is higher. We've got a tie match for the win. No. And Paul took a big chance that costs him all 4 cards back to the base card. Peggy with an ace.
Oh, I
You've got
love
a free
that ace.
chance at
Let's
this
go
one.
lower.
Lower than the ace. A 5.
Okay, let's go higher.
Higher than a 5. A 10.
I'm gonna chance it, and I'm gonna go lower.
Also taking the risk for the win. Lower than a 10.
Yes!
Paul, we have to say goodbye. You've been a fine champion.
Thank you.
Leaving us with $7,500. Have a good time in Hawaii.
I certainly will.
Thank you. Paul Glasgow. Peggy Pazioli, come on down here. Congratulations. Peggy's going for the big money with the money cards right after this commercial break. Here you go, Peg. Champion Peggy Pazioli, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Oh, you look like
I'm
you're ready.
ready.
Let's get to the money cards. Come on, Peggy. This is what it's all about. Chance at the money cards, and here they come as we give you $200 of new money. What's the matter, Peg?
My good luck charm.
Your good luck charms. You deal out the cards there, Janice, and we'll reach. Where are your good luck charms, Peggy? Where'd you?
Don't have them.
Just I'll get the good luck charms. You
Thank
watch
you.
Janice deal out the cards. Let me come over here and get the good luck. She got good luck charms from her little child, and she doesn't want to play the money cards without them. Okay. I don't want to. What are they? Homemade little paper things?
Yeah. She can't draw a 4-leaf clover, so she drew a 3-leaf.
Okay. You got your good luck charms now?
I got it.
They're the money cards. Let's go. Here's
Okay.
$200. And, of course, you can change your base cards on each of the 3 levels, Peggy. You know how to play it. Let's get to it. Starting with a 10.
Jim, I'd like to change the 10, please.
Next card off the top of the deck. You must play this one. Oh, an 8. You are right up the middle.
Okay, I'm going to bet $50 higher.
$50. Higher than an 8. Oh, an 8.
I love it. Okay, I'm going to bet $200 lower.
Holding back on the ace. $200 lower than the ace. It is a jack.
Okay.
$450.
$200 lower than the jack.
$200 lower than a jack. Oh, and 2 is a great card. We're going to give you $200 more as we move this up. You've got $850. There's a 2.
I'm going to bet $750 higher.
Again, holding back. $750 higher than a 2.
Oh!
Ace again.
$1,600 lower.
All of it $1,600 lower than an ace. Yes! $3,200 and a jack.
Okay, I'm going to bet $500 lower.
$500 lower than the jack. It is again.
Change the
37. She doesn't even want me to get it up here because she knows she can change it. Big change for the big bet. Peggy, you'll play a king.
Okay, I'm going to bet $3,500 lower.
$3,500. $3,500 lower than a king. It is well, I'm glad I got your good luck charm for you. Come on down there. Your daughter did a good job with those good luck charms.
Yes, she did.
Peggy Pazioli with $7,400, and we'll be back right after this.
Oh, my gosh, I can't believe it.
This is dealing out 2 brand new decks of cards. Here comes a new challenger on Card Charms. John T. Harris. Hello, John. Welcome. Nice to have you here.
Nice to be here.
Won't you tell us about yourself, sir?
Yes, sir. I'm John Theo Harris, originally from Greece, married with 2 beautiful children. And as most of the Greeks, I'm in the restaurant business.
Let's see. Why do Greeks get in the restaurant business?
I suppose they love it.
Well, you have good food.
Well, we do, and people, they enjoyed it, so we make money out of it.
Well, we're delighted to have you here with us, John. Maybe you'll make some money here. Good luck.
I hope so.
You've cut your cards?
Yes, I did. Thank
Then
you.
we are set to go, starting with a question to the champion. Peggy's still sitting there nervous like she can't believe she's the champion.
I can't.
It's you, Peggy.
I know.
And the question is, we found 100 newlywed men. Now, these are all men who have been married less than 6 months. And we asked them, did you get down on one knee when you proposed? How many newlywed men said yes, they did?
The days of chivalry and knighthood, I think, are over. I think most of them say it in an offhand way now. So it's going to be 15.
15. I was thinking of one offhand. Well, you're going to have a what? No, that's John. What?
Jim, times have changed. Times have changed, and people, they don't do things nowadays. It's much lower.
Much lower.
Much lower.
The actual number of newlywed men who got down on one knee when they proposed is 10. It is lower. John, I guess chivalry is dead. John, the challenger, has an 8.
Change this card, please. Thank you.
Changing the 8. A 5.
That's much better. Higher, please.
Higher than a 5. A jack.
Good card. Lower, please.
Lower than a jack. And 6.
Higher.
Higher than a 6. Oh, no. Oh, no, it's not higher. And there's a break for the champion. Peggy, you start with a 2.
Oh, I love it. Let's go higher, Jim.
Higher than a 2. An ace.
Let's go lower, Jim, please.
Lower than an ace. A queen.
Okay, let's go lower again, please.
Lower than the queen. A 6.
I'm going to go for it higher.
Trying to go all the way higher than the 6.
Oh!
John lost 3 cards, and Peggy loses 4. Janice, you've got a lot of dealing to do there while we get into the next question. John, we polled 100 women who support the women's liberation movement. Now, they all belong to the National Organization for Women. And we asked them, do you think it's wrong for a woman to use her sex appeal to get ahead in her career? How many feminists said it is wrong?
Why should it be wrong? I mean, they made to be women, and if they're beautiful, they have to use it. So,
But how many feminists said it is wrong to use sex appeal to get ahead?
well, they're also women, and it's going to be low. I think 15.
15 out of 100 feminists said it is wrong for a woman to use sex appeal to get ahead.
No, I think if a woman is a feminist, she's really into the cause, and they're against everything that stands for. I say much, much higher.
Much higher. The actual number of feminists who said it is wrong for a woman to use her sex appeal is 50. You got it, Peggy. It is much higher. Yes.
Good card, higher.
Peggy's still looking at the 2. Higher. Oh, no, another 2. And John with a 5. Call this one.
Higher, please.
Higher than a 5. Another 5. Wow. You two go back and forth doing the same thing. Question 3. Peggy, we asked 100 mothers. Have you ever told your kid... Oh, listen to this, mothers. I'm sure we've done it. Have you ever told your kid to eat something because it's good for him, even though the very thought of it makes you, the mother, gag? How many women said they have?
A lot of women have to be guilty of that. I've done it on numerous occasions. 50. I'm going to go right down the middle with 50.
50 out of 100 mothers said, eat it, it's good for you. Meanwhile, it makes them sick.
No matter what it is, the mother has to say that, especially if it's a Jewish mother. Eat it, honey, it's a soup. Anyway, it has to be higher, Jim.
Higher. Eat it, you'll like it. Okay. The actual number of mothers who've told their kid to eat something, though they wouldn't, is 45. And it's not higher. Peggy, still right near that middle mark. Peggy, you're still looking at a 2.
It has to be higher. It has
Higher
to
than a 2? This
All right, all right. Lower.
Lower than a king. A queen.
Higher, higher.
Higher than a 3. A 5.
I'm going to go for it again. I'm going to go higher.
Again, trying to go all the way for the win.
Yeah!
And Peggy is game 1 with $100. And we'll set up for game 2, Janice, if you will. Same 2 decks of cards. Here come the next cards off the top of the deck. And boy, if you can remember what's been played, we went through a lot of cards in that game. John, you need this one. John, we asked 100 garbage men. Did you ever bring home things that you find in the trash? How many garbage men said yes, they do?
I think they find quite valuable things, or not valuable things, but they can bring something home. And I think the number would be about 70.
70 out of 100 garbage men have brought things home from the trash.
I think they can find a lot of things, and I think probably, though, men aren't the snoopers that women are. If it was garbage women, but I'm going to say since it's men, it's probably going to be a little lower.
A little lower. But if it was garbage women, you think it would be higher?
Yeah, women snoop.
The actual number of garbage men who bring things home they find in the trash is 76. Not lower, John. Well, and John, you start with a 2.
Good card. Higher, please.
Higher than a 2, it is a 5.
Higher once more.
Higher than a 5, a 10.
Freeze.
This time we'll freeze and move over the freeze bar.
I've got to do it.
You got to do what, John?
Freeze.
You got to freeze occasionally. Peggy, we asked 100 teenage girls who are babysitters. Have you ever told your mother you were babysitting when you were really going out on a date? How many babysitters admitted they've done that?
I think today children are more open with their parents. Their parents are a lot more interested. They take the time because so many work that they try to spend quantity time. So.
But how many have told their parents they were going to babysit when they weren't? They were going on a date.
I'm going to a relatively low number, 30.
30 out of 100.
I think that has to be one of the most excuses the young people they say today, and I think it's a little bit higher.
A little higher. The actual number of babysitters who've told their mom they were babysitting when they really weren't is 9. It is not higher. Peggy. And probably those 9 were trying to get back at Mom for lying about the food when they were babies. Peggy, you've got a 7.
Please change that, Jim.
Changing the 7 to a 3.
Better. Let's go higher.
Higher than a 3, an 8.
I have to freeze it.
Now, Peggy needs 3 cards. John needs 2 cards. And the next question goes to you, John, but first. Remember that word? But first, we're going to take time out for this. Peggy has moved over to an 8 as her base card, needing 3 cards. John is a 10. He needs 2. And it's question 3 going to you, John. John, we asked 100 10-year-old kids, which country attacked Pearl Harbor in World War II? How many 10-year-olds knew that Japan attacked Pearl Harbor in World War II?
10-year-old kid nowadays, they are not small anymore, and I'm sure the number has to be higher. I should say 75.
75 out of 100 10-year-old kids knew that Pearl Harbor was attacked by Japan. Peggy?
I don't believe all that many would know it. It's not discussed, I don't think, at that stage in the classroom, and that's probably where they would have to hear it. So I have to say it's lower.
Lower. The actual number of 10-year-old kids who knew Japan attacked Pearl Harbor in World War II is 46. You're right, Peggy. It is lower.
I'd like to
Peggy, you have an 8.
Change.
Changing the 8 to a 6.
Okay, higher.
Higher than a 6, a 7.
I have to freeze it again.
And as we move it over, we have a tie. Each player needs 2 cards. This is sudden death. Someone has to win with this play of the cards. Peggy. Peggy, we asked 100 single women. If you fell in love with a man who told you he loved you, but never wanted to get married, would you be willing to be his unmarried girlfriend for the rest of your life? How many women said yes, they would?
I think some single women might go along with it for a while if he said, let's wait and see, but for the rest of your life, I can't see that. I'm going to have to say a low number, 20.
20 would go along with it, John. What do you think?
No, I think the way we live nowadays, I think the number has to be lower than that.
Even lower.
Even lower than that.
The actual number of single women who would be willing to be a man's unmarried girlfriend forever is 34, not lower. Peggy. Peggy, it is sudden death. You have a 7, you need 2 cards. John is a 10, he needs 2 cards. Your decision. Play it or pass it?
I'm going to give it to John.
You're going to pass it.
Thank you.
John, if you can turn both these cards over, you win the game and tie up the match. But if you make one mistake, Peggy has the championship. With a 10, call this.
Lower, please.
Lower than a 10, it is a 7.
Higher, please.
Higher than a 7. And Peggy wins it. John, thank you so much. Good luck with the restaurant. Nice to have you here. John Pierre Harris. Peggy, come on down here. Oh, Peggy's done it again. And she's nervous again. We'll be right back right after this. back with our champion, Peggy Pazioli. And Peggy, you're going to hang on to the good luck charms, right? We don't have time to play the money cards now, so Peggy will go to sleep with these, and her daughter will give her more advice on how to play the money cards. We'll see how it all comes out on our next card charge. Bye-bye.
If you've never won anything,
Naughty.
then you need Playmania.
And if you like games, if you like cash, that's what we're all about.
And we've got so much dough to blow, we're even giving you more show.
Are you sure?
Catch Playmania live late night now every Thursday through Sunday at 12 midnight, 11 p.m. Central.
I'm going to say Playmania.
Now you're speaking my language. I like your answer.
Playmania. More